All right, well, good morning from the Big Easy, a new episode of Maksim Outdoors. As you can see, I have a very special guest with me for this trip, and Sam and I are going to be boarding yet another cruise ship. We're going to be doing another cruise vlog. If you missed the first one, we boarded the Norwegian Bliss last year, headed up through the Northern Pacific, eventually checking out Alaska. So this time around, we're going to be doing pretty much the polar opposite. If you've been following the channel, you know that we have headed to 2 different countries so far, the United States being one, obviously, as well as Canada. When this trip is all wrapped up, said and done, we'll have 5 underneath our belt. So Sim's going to tell you where we're going to be heading on our next little cruise vlog here.
Yeah, so we are going down to Mexico, Belize, and Honduras on the Norwegian Breakaway. We're definitely looking forward to the warmer weather, and we're super excited because my mom Sally and Michael are joining us, and we're staying in the Haven.
Yeah, so we're extremely lucky to be staying in the Haven once again, as well as just going on a cruise in general. It's like 7 degrees right now up in western Pennsylvania. But this is going to be a multitude of episodes. I think probably like 7 different episodes. So stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. On this episode, we're going to be taking you onto the boat, showing you some of the boarding process, as well as giving you the room tour of our suite in the Haven. So come along with us. It's going to be a fun adventure. We're going to be showing you the ins and the outs of the Breakaway, the good and the bad, as well as a couple excursions that we have booked already. So what else is there to say?
Let's get to it.
The bags are packed. We'll see you on the Breakaway.
The long-anticipated moment has finally arrived. Welcome back to Maksim Outdoors, where we'll be embarking on yet another exciting cruise adventure. After our unforgettable expedition to the icy landscapes of Alaska, we're ready to set sail once again, this time steering our course towards warmer waters. Join us on this all-new journey as we navigate southwards towards the equator as we check off 3 new countries for the channel. In the next few weeks, we'll be heading to beautiful Mexico, Belize, as well as Honduras. So, over the next few weeks, we'll be your official guides through the entire experience aboard the Norwegian Breakaway. This giant vessel, a pioneer of the Breakaway class and inaugurated on its maiden voyage in April 2013, stretches an impressive 10,680 foot in length, towering across 18 decks, with a capacity for nearly 4,000 passengers and housing a staff of nearly 1,700. The Breakaway is a floating city moving at speeds up to 25 miles per hour. Having undergone a comprehensive refurbishment back in 2020, the Breakaway is a haven for amenities. Imagine an array of restaurants, bars, and facilities, including a full-size theater, a comedy club, over 15 bars, jogging track, swimming pools, an ice bar, various stores, and even a nightclub. And that's just scratching the surface of its offerings. Our mission is to capture as much of this floating paradise as we can during our week-long exploration. And this time around, we'll be sharing living quarters with my future in-laws, Sally and Michael, within the exclusive confines of the Haven. For those unfamiliar with the Haven, it's essentially a ship within a ship. Here, you'll have your own pool, restaurant, bar, private staff, and even a personal butler catering to your every need. So, stay tuned for an in-depth tour of our Haven suite later in this episode. Before we delve into the depths of our cruise, let's rewind a few days to the frosty landscapes of Pennsylvania. So, after bidding goodbyes to Zion and Bryce, our journey took us from Pittsburgh all the way to Atlanta and a brief layover before landing in the heart of the Big Easy, New Orleans. A city brimming with history, culture, and a culinary scene that should be on every foodie's radar. Upon touchdown, a quick Uber ride transported us from the airport to the lively Canal Street. We checked into our hotel and then made a beeline for Bourbon Street. Drinks in hand, we went from restaurant to restaurant, trying out a sample of the South's unique menu, with every dish from turtle soup to alligator and boudin, showcasing the city's diverse flavors. New Orleans is seriously one of the best cities for food you could ask for. Try it all while you're in town. We promise you won't regret it. After a few more bites and a little people watching, we decided to throw in the towel and call it a night. After a good night of sleep, our second day was dedicated to history at the National World War II Museum, an immersive experience that could warrant an entire video itself. In just a few hours, you'll be able to walk through history. We highly recommend sitting through the nearly 1 hour long 4D film before venturing through the museum. It will put everything into perspective for you. The museum seriously has it all. Walk through the Battle of the Bulge, command a submarine and try not to get sunk, glance up at a B-17 bomber, or stare down the barrel of a Sherman tank. This place is amazing and warrants an entire day. Here's a few of my favorite shots from inside the museum. After our long day at the museum, we got our steps in and headed back towards town in search of more unique food stops. We found ourselves back on Bourbon, enjoying our nightly people watching from a balcony while taking in some street acts, and we were even lucky enough to catch a parade before calling it a night. New Orleans has something for everyone. For us, Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop and the Absinthe Bar were two of our favorites. But after a long day of museums and southern food, we decided to call it a night. And then, before we knew it, the dawn of Sunday morning marked our boarding day. After an early breakfast filled with beignets and coffee, we caught an Uber ride to the port on the mighty Mississippi. Before our trip, we read quite a few horror stories about the boarding process in New Orleans. Most of the things we read weren't exactly positive, but we will both agree that the boarding process from Uber to boarding the boat was extremely streamlined and painless. So, don't always believe what you read online. And with the boarding process smoothly completed after around a half an hour from beginning to end, we took our first steps upon the breakaway, and then we headed to lunch at the Haven restaurant. The restaurant features a consistent menu throughout the week. I can see this being a positive for some and a negative for others. Some folks will appreciate going back day to day for the same enjoyable plate they had the night before, but I think most will like switching things up every once in a while. Upon finishing lunch, we are informed our suite was ready, so here's a short tour of where we'd be spending the rest of the week.
Alrighty folks, well we have made it on board the Norwegian Breakaway and we are here in the Haven area. We will say this, that getting on the ship was extremely easy. A lot of people have complained that we've seen that New Orleans was one of the worst ports to board in, but it was a breeze for us. We got through security, checked in very easily, so thumbs up for that. But we have arrived at the room 15118 and we're going to show you where we're going to be staying for the next week. So follow Sam in. And not to bore you guys, but the first thing I want to talk about is the temperature control. You can easily control the whole cabin there with a click of a button. And I know Sam likes to always say it, you need a room key that controls the lights. If you don't have a card in there, you won't get any light. So yeah, so we'll follow Sam in. What do you want to talk about first? The main cabin area here?
Yeah, so this is the main living space. You know, obviously, nice little table for you to have, you know, any of your meals at. That's also plenty of seating, like chair, couch, cushion. There's another cushion here, one hiding down here, so tons of seating.
Yeah.
Plenty of options for you guys.
And this does hold 5 people. So
Yes.
This is a pull-out couch, so you can easily fit 5 different folks in this room. Got a nice big old TV. You can watch a football game on that we're going to be doing later. Nice beverage area with a espresso machine, as well as some wine glasses and espresso cups. You also have your own fridge that we're a little disappointed about. It's not stocked, but yeah, champagne to start your trip off. This nice giant mirror. What else am I missing here?
Just tons of storage. I mean, like, these things are ginormous.
Yeah.
So tons of storage up here, storage down here.
And you will need this storage, and we'll get to that in just a second. And another thing I want to specify is one of our favorite features from our stay in Alaska when we stayed in the Haven was this little phone here. And Sam could probably explain that a little bit better, that some of the steerage people down below might not get this feature. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you have your own little cell phone that you can take anywhere on the ship, and you can communicate with other people within, the haven, I'm assuming. And it just makes it nice because half the time you don't have cell phone service, or you're paying, a ton of money to get that extra service. So this way, it's free. You can call to, the rooms directly or straight to the cell phone. It's really nice to be able to keep in contact with the rest of your group.
Yeah, so like she said, you won't have cell phone service most of the time. You don't really realize until you get on board, but yeah, nice little feature. So pull-out couch, nice artwork, very well lit, some interesting lighting fixtures in here. And then we'll take you outside real quick. We'll show you the mighty Mississippi River here, just outside of New Orleans. Check that out. Really don't realize how big a river can be until you are at the base of the Mississippi River. So we'll be heading down there, believe it or not, underneath that bridge in probably about 2 hours. So, and this is a look at the patio as well. You have 2 chairs and a table. A little dated. This boat is fairly older than others, but yeah, it is what it is. So we'll be heading on out into the Gulf of Mexico here in just a couple hours, and we'll take you back in, and I guess we'll go into the smaller of the 2 bedrooms. Like we said before, this is a 5-person room, so
2-bedroom suite.
Yeah, 2-bedroom suite. So take you on in here, show you this. A little bit tight, as you can see. So this is where Sam and I are going to be staying. This does pull out?
Yeah, so we're pretty sure that this pulls out into, I'm assuming, a full-size bed, and then it also has the bunk. So if for whatever reason you were traveling with like people that weren't necessarily couples, like all girls trip, all guys trip, you have a bed here, the couch, and then the larger bedroom you'll see as well. So it kind of gives you options if you're not just traveling with your significant other, to have your space to yourself as well.
Yeah, and then Sam brought up a good point. Like, we'll show you whenever this is all set up.
Like turn down for tonight.
What do you want to call it? The person will come into the room. The room service, steward will come in and prep this all for nighttime. So we'll show you that as well.
Absolutely. So storage in here, a little slim, but you do have behind builders a little like cubby hole caddy system here. There is a pretty decent size closet here that you can hang your clothes up, and then some up here as well.
Yeah, you could easily fit probably your whole suitcase in here. And then you do get these nice complimentary Haven robes that we really enjoyed last time, as well as the slippers.
Yes, there's also a little bit of storage over here
with your life vest
as well. And then these are really neat. They just kind of pop out so that you have some hooks to hang up your jackets.
And you get all this room up here too that I was joking around about.
Yes.
And of course the TV as well. So.
And honestly, I think maybe these have some storage. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, you can fit some stuff in there as well. And then you have your own bathroom with a really
squeaky door. Yeah, your typical sink, toilet, and little walk-in shower. Not bad. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the first room here on the Breakaway in the Haven.
And I'd say that this is an average sized bathroom.
Yeah, it's not bad. Until you see the next one.
Well, yes, the other one is not average size.
But that's kind of what I was getting about the storage out in the main area. That's going to be kind of make or break, because if you didn't have that, you'd probably be a little claustrophobic and tight in here. I mean, there is a lot of room in here, don't get me wrong.
The one thing that I noticed and I commented on first was normally you can store your luggage underneath your bed. There's not really much room for our suitcases to fit under
yeah, there's nothing. There's a board there. So
yeah. So like, where do you put your suitcases in this room? But we're gonna, as we show you the larger
first world problems.
Master room.
Okay, back out in the main living room, and we will take you into where Sally and Michael are going to be staying. And yeah, pretty mind-blowing. Big king bed, I believe it is. And Sam will, I guess, show you some of the storage.
Tons of storage. You can have full-size closet, tons of space up here.
Even an umbrella.
Comes with an umbrella as well. And then you have all of these drawers, as well as this big space up here. I know my mom probably won't use this because it won't be easy to reach. It's pretty high.
Just a ton of storage options. So even if you are tight and you can't fit everything in the other room, you could probably store some of your clothes in here.
I like how they have the shelves in this one as well as the hanging closet space. It's very nice there. And then you even get this little hidden storage here that's very deep. Like,
yeah,
you are all the way back in there.
Wow.
So you can definitely fit a lot of stuff back in there.
And I really like these blue pieces of paneling. I think that is a pretty modern touch to the room. I don't know, that really stood out to me.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we will show you the bathroom. I mean, this thing is just crazy. This is the size of our room.
Again,
Double bowl.
Tons of storage.
And you get this just awesome jacuzzi tub that while you're sailing through the Caribbean with those crystal clear blue waters, you can sit in the tub and look out. I mean, right now we're looking out at the brown Mississippi River, but yeah, imagine sitting here while you're cruising on through Honduras or the Bahamas or Mexico.
And the blinds do come down, so you do have privacy. It's not just a big old window.
Yeah.
And then same thing with the shower. Very large open space.
Yeah,
Again,
just a
window.
giant shower.
Yes.
Nice window. Big old shower head and nice big area with your toilet and some more storage areas as well.
Again, tons of storage.
So yeah, that's pretty much wraps up the room tour. We're gonna be coming out with a vlog each and every day and trying to make it as interesting as we can. So I think tomorrow we're gonna do a pub crawl with some other folks. The day after that, I think we're gonna do like a tour throughout the boat. But yeah, we'll keep you updated. We're not done with today yet. We still got to show you around the boat, and yeah. So
there's tons of stuff to do on this boat. There's a cool ice bar that we're gonna definitely check out
I forgot about that.
within the week. And then my mom also mentioned a behind-the-scenes tour, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're really excited to get this week going. We're looking forward to figuring out a little bit, more secrets to the rooms and stuff that we haven't found yet.
But yeah, that will wrap up the room tour. We won't make it too long. We don't want this to be a half an hour video of us just rambling. So we will sign out here as we look over the Mississippi River. So we'll see you once we start to get moving here. All right, guys. Well, as you can see, our baggage has arrived. Another perk of being in the Haven is you get your baggage fairly quick. I mean, we've been on the boat for just a little over an hour now. All of our bags have arrived. And another thing I kind of wanted to mention is we keep mentioning the Haven, and I don't think we really did a good job of explaining what the Haven is. It's kind of like a boat within a boat. So you have your own restaurant, your own bar, and the rooms actually come with their own butler. So say you want, cereal and bacon brought to your room every single morning, they will do that. Or a pot of coffee, you name it. You get these nice little snacks throughout the day, some fruit. If you want a bottle of champagne delivered, pretty much anything you can think of, the butlers will do. So just wanted to hit on that real quick. Like I said, we got our luggage in, got a t-shirt on finally. The weather is starting to warm up, but we're gonna head on up to the Haven Lounge, I guess we'll call it, and give you a little tour of that and show you what the Haven's all about. We'll show you the bar, the sun deck, the pool, and yeah. And then around 4 or 5, I believe, is the Sailaway party. So we'll be taking you down to see that as well. So let's go check out the Haven.
After getting settled in and some of our bags put away, we got ourselves familiarized with the layout of the ship, going from deck to deck to see the differences from the last cruise we were on. After a little, we headed out on the balcony as the sound of the ship's horn resonated. Slowly but surely, we began our journey down the mighty Mississippi. Buildings along the riverbanks passed by, people waved from docks and piers, and the familiar sights of New Orleans gradually faded into the distance. One haircut and one sailaway party later, the stresses of normal life seemed to lift as the Breakaway steamed on down the Mississippi towards the Gulf of Mexico. As the sun dipped below the horizon, revealing the silhouettes of oil refineries and naval ships, we headed inside from the balcony to another meal at the Haven restaurant. And then, we explored the main atrium, enjoyed live music, and eventually headed in for the night. Here's an interesting tidbit we picked up while sailing. It takes a cruise ship approximately 9 hours to traverse from New Orleans to the Gulf of Mexico.
Alrighty guys, well, we are back here in the Haven after a pretty eventful first day here, and yeah, we just wrapped things up. Just had dinner in the Manhattan. It's a really awesome dinner. We're just about out into the Gulf of Mexico right now. It's pretty dark out there. We'll show you a quick view of what the outside world looks like, as you can see, as we steam on towards the Gulf of Mexico. We're down in the bayou country right now, but yeah, we do want to wrap things up here. We'll show you a little bit of the room since they made it up. But yeah, how was your first day on the breakaway?
It was awesome. I feel like we made the best of our first day with all the food that we were able to try. Looking forward to the rest of the week.
Yeah, awesome staff, awesome food, awesome service in general. But yeah, as we said before, if you're curious about maybe booking this room, you can see the little pull-out couch turned into a nice bed. So yeah, we'll be wrapping things up here. We have a somewhat busy day planned tomorrow. We're going to be doing like a behind-the-scenes tour of the boat starting at 7:30. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe to the video. Check us out next week as we take you for the behind-the-scenes tour, and then we're going to be doing a bar crawl. 16 separate bars on this boat, and I think we're going to try to visit them all tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this episode of Maksim Outdoors, all new cruise vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Signing out from the Norwegian Breakaway as we steam on down towards the Gulf of Mexico. All right, guys.
All right, guys, and that will wrap up this episode. We hope you all enjoyed day one of our latest cruise vlog as we journey southwards towards Mexico. So stay tuned for next week's adventure, where we'll explore sunny Cozumel and then delve into the chill of an iceboard on board the Breakaway. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Your voyage with Maksim Outdoors is just beginning.